Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of Intuitive Angling, and man, I really appreciate you guys making some time to check today's video out. Really appreciate that. And guys, one of the things you've heard here on the channel for the last couple of years, you know, when we're talking about forward-facing sonar, one of the things that I always bring up is the fact that the technology that is available right now is only in the kindergarten, the rudimentary stages. And as that technology advances, that's when it's going to be even more dangerous to our sport. And I told you it was coming. I said the R&D departments in these companies, they're working 24/7 to advance this technology because there's no limitations on it. And I've got something to report to you guys today with this new product called Mega Live 2 forward-facing sonar that Humminbird released. I'm going to tell you some of the features that they've added and improved on this thing, and it's going to make my point as far as why we're heading down this road of destruction in our sport with this technology that is improving and advancing every year. So we're going to get into that in today's video. Also, guys, I wanted to pass along with you a color that I've been catching a lot of fish on the past 2 or 3 weeks here in Missouri on my jerkbait. It's this new megabass. It's the HT Tennessee Shad in the matte finish. Now this color before was only available in the metallic finish, but they got this flat finish here. And guys, this is a great wintertime color if you're fishing on a cloudy day. If you got cloudy day fishing and your water visibility is between like 2.5 to 5 feet, this color right here just lights them up. It has a really cool glow in the water. So I'll put my Megabass Vision 110 link in the description if you guys want to get it. Again, it's called Matte Tennessee Shad and Matte HT Tennessee Shad. One of the things I really like about it, see this little puff of chartreuse on the bottom here? This is a really good strike attractor. In fact, Yuki Ito, the guy that designs and owns Megabass, he says that's one of the keys to catching big fish is a little puff of chartreuse on the tail of the jerkbait. So I think he's right with that. Okay, let's get into this. Guys, this isn't going to stop. For all you dudes out there that say, Randy, you're beating a dead horse, I'm tired of hearing about it, all you do is bitch and moan about forward-facing sonar. That's because forward-facing sonar is destroying our sport, and somebody's got to carry the load. Somebody's got to keep people informed. Some people have to point out the misinformation and disinformation surrounding forward-facing sonar and the danger to our sport, and that's going to be me as long as I got a YouTube channel. But anyway, this is coming, guys, and I'm going to read to you here what has been different, this Mega Live 2, you know, what they've done to it, and it's going to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. But this is coming not just on the Humminbird, it's coming every manufacturer. Every manufacturer is going to be constantly advancing this technology because there's no adults in the room to stop them. As long as they keep forking out millions of dollars to the tournament organizations, those tournament organizations are just going to say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, what do you want us to do? So anyway, let me read you a little bit here about these features on this new Mega Live 2 from Humminbird. Okay, with Mega Live 2, with Mega Live 2 will clearly tell you the difference between trash fish and trophy fish, whether in a brush pile or suspended. Now this is one of the things, guys, before that's one of the things that allowed a little bit of leeway as far as in the effectiveness of it, because a lot of times people couldn't tell if they're looking at a white bass or a catfish or a bass. But this technological advancement where you can actually distinguish, you know, things like bass and walleye over carp and gar, that's a big improvement in a bad way for our sport. Mega Live 2 provides real-time returns revealing fish behavior and improved clarity on lures and underwater structures. Again, guys, this is when you're relying on a piece of technology to tell you what the mood and the personality of the bass is without you fishing to figure that out. That's a huge diminishment to what fishing is. And then finally, the new transducer allows for watching fish below, in front, and all around the boat. So in essence, what you have here now is you've got a piece of equipment that will allow you to scan all around the boat, underneath the boat, and tell you specifically what type of species of fish you're fishing for. And also, with all the clarity improvements and all that type of stuff, is getting closer and closer to like putting an underwater camera below the boat. So again, this technology, this technological advancement, even though forward-facing sonar has been around for several years, it wasn't until the last couple of years when they really made some major improvements as far as to the clarity and the ability for this thing to really take, this whole technology to the next level. This improvement that you've seen right here, basically over the second or third year of this type of technological advancement, is not going to stop. This is going to get better and better and better. So at the point, we have to ask ourselves, it's like, what the hell are we doing? It's like, we have got this piece of equipment in our boat that we put it in the water, and we effectively do not have to fish to find fish anymore. You've got a piece of technology that you go out on the lake, it scans whatever it does all around the boat, underneath the boat. It tells you where the fish, it tells you where the fish are at, it tells you the type of fish that are there. It shows you the mood and personality of the fish. It shows you how the fish react to your lure. It shows your lure the entire time. All the time while you're staring at a video game screen. Now, fundamentally, if you don't understand how screwed up and how messed up that is when you're talking about fishing, then your worldview of fishing completely needs to be reevaluated. This MegaLive 2 and all of the other technological advancements in forward-facing sonar, it's an insult to the sport, it's an insult to the fish, it's an insult to the bass anglers that have, worked for decades to hone the craft into an art form, and it's an insult to yourself for lowering yourself to have to fish like this. It's just like, I don't understand why this is so difficult for 20% of the bass fishing public and otherwise to see. It's like when you're talking in terms of providing a sustainable future for this sport, and you're talking in terms of preserving the heritage and tradition of bass fishing, and the things that the unknown that is powerful in fishing, when you take away all that stuff, what the hell do you have left? It's like, here, I'll give you guys a prime example of what I'm talking about. According to this technological advancement, it's all about helping people catch more fish and get more bites. Guys, I have been fishing for over 50 years, and I have had some days out there where I found a school of fish and it's every cast. Literally, you throw out to this point or this brush pile, boom, reel it in, boom, reel it in, boom, reel it in, boom. You know what happens after a while? If you've never experienced this, you get bored with that. It diminishes the sport. It diminishes what everything is, and there's almost like a little depression sets in because there's no mystery. It's like there's this big school of fish on that point, and you're going to get a bite every single cast over there. Therefore, that whole magical element of the unknown is gone. Now that's on just a pure level for some fish that I found with just traditional bass fishing means. When you have this ability to do this with like this MegaLive 2 or any other forward-facing sonar unit where you put it in the water and it tells you everything that's underneath you, you don't have anything left. There's no mystery, there's no intrinsic value, there's no wonderment, there's no unknown. Every single bass fisherman I have ever met in my life that's worth a crap in bass fishing and that I respect understands the importance of the unknown in fishing. If you don't understand how important it is not being able to know stuff in fishing, then again, your worldview on fishing has been clouded through misinformation and disinformation from technology. You don't want to know everything that's out there. That is the point of it. It's like when you go fishing, you want to get out there and have this expectation and hope of the unknown, and then when it manifests, that's when it's powerful and that's when it's rewarding. There's none of that. If you have technological advancements like we're getting now, where you put your boat in the water and you don't even fish until you see a fish, it's like, what's that? That's when fishing becomes a commercial venture of catching and not fishing. So we don't ever want to get to that point, and we are at that point now. We are literally at the point where there is a large segment of the bass anglers and the crappie anglers and the muskie anglers and the walleye anglers, they don't even make a cast until they see a fish. That is sad. If you're an angler that does not cast until you're casting at a fish that you can see on a video game screen, you've just been led down the dark path, man. You really have. So anyway, this information, this new MegaLive 2, stuff and all this other deal coming out, it's just a bad deal for our sport. It's like, in my opinion, it's like, it's one of those things out there that we're going to look back in 20 or 30 years after we've devastated the sport through technology, and we're going to look back, and this generation of R&D people and people that have enabled forward-facing sonar to run our sport, they're going to be looked back at the biggest villains the sport has ever seen for destroying the sport. And you can say, Randy, you're full of it, you don't know what you're talking about, you're over-exaggerating, fishing is better than it's ever been before now, you know, your time is over, Grandpa, you know, you're old geezer, you're all washed up. I've heard it all, but mark my words, you wait and see, guys. Let's check back in 20, 25 years from now, after we've depleted all of our fisheries because of the fish we've killed through barotrauma issues of catching them deep, by all of the mainstream recreational fishermen that have utilized this and put more pressure on our fisheries, from the inaction of the conservation departments to do anything about it, just sitting on their coattails waiting for more data. We don't need any more data. We've seen what this has done. We've seen how our fisheries have declined over the past 2 or 3 years. We've seen how the mystery and magic has been taken over out of fishing. We've seen how bass fishing has become an elitist sport, and the financial disparity that this forward-facing sonar has created, you know, in the tournament realm. We've seen it all. We don't need to see anymore. So anyway, guys, I just want to invite you to resist. Don't fall for this crap. Don't buy this crap. You know, fight the good fight. Stay on the right side of history. You know, join the army that's formed here, that's here to protect this sport and protect the sustainability of the sport. And just don't get sucked into this stuff, because it's going to diminish your experience as an angler tremendously. It's not going to add anything to your fishing experience. It's going to take away from it. It's going to rob you intrinsically from a deep soul level from everything that's important in fishing. So anyway, guys, stay in line there, fight the good fight, and we'll keep working on it. We'll see y'all.